Very good morning, students. Today we are going to revise land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources as second chapter of geography we are going to study. So the topics what we are studying in this lesson, that is land, first one. Then use of land, we can see many plants planted here, like these things, how we are making use land. Then conservation of land resources, that we want to study. Then again soil we want to study. We want to study about soil and soil, how we are making use, like that things. Then factors of soil, what all things we can see, small stones and all, that we want to study. Then degradation of soil as well as conservation of soil we want to study. Then next topic what it is about water. We want to study about water also. What are the problems we are facing about the water availability. Then conservation of resources, water resources. Then next one comes natural vegetation, and natural vegetation, how it is distributed in different areas, that we want to see. Then conservation of natural vegetation, and we know natural vegetation means which is growing its own without any human interference, like that vegetation we will call it natural vegetation. Then comes the wildlife, then wildlife, how we want to conserve. These are the topics what we are going to discuss today. So introduction, natural resources are anything that people can use which comes from nature, such as land, water, air, etc. So natural resources means which are coming, that things are coming from people, or which we anything that people can use which comes from. So natural resources as anything that people can use which comes from nature, as such as land, water, air, etc. So if you are looking around us, we can see many resources. Air is one resource, sunlight is another resource, soil is another resource, water is another resource. So like that many resources we are having. So first we are going to think about land. One of the most important natural resource, that is land. Which one? Land covers about 30% of the total area of the earth's surface. However, all parts are not habitable. So when we are thinking this is the total area, in this only 30% of the land area it is covered with land, and other area it is with water. So only 1/3 or 30% of the area of the earth's surface it is covered with land, and in that also very less area we are having for living purpose. Other area we can't use for as a habitat. Why? It is desert area, or we are having some marshy land, like that land area we can't use for our living. The next one, the reason behind uneven distribution of population in different parts of the world is mainly due to varied characteristics of the land and climate, that we have seen in the 6th lesson of geography also. Population, why it is distributed unevenly on earth, because of the characteristics of the land as well as climate. We said about desert area, like that area we can't make use for living, that very clearly we said. Then areas which are normally sparsely populated or uninhabited, rugged topography, steep slopes or of the mountains, low-lying areas susceptible to water logging, desert areas, thick forest areas, etc. So the areas where we are living, normally we are selecting the area where is comfortably we can live, plain area with water accessibility, like that things. And the areas where we are having the topography, it is not rough and tough topography, like mountain areas or low-lying area where we are getting water every time, like that area we can say that one it is not good for living. Then desert area also we are thinking like that, even the rainy forest area also we are not ready to live in that area. Then areas which are densely populated, plains and river valleys offer suitable land for agriculture. So when we are thinking about our own house or settlement, we can see maximum we are thinking like that, where we want to get the maximum possibility of agriculture or transportation or development, like that. Then next topic, it is use of land use. The different purpose such as agriculture, forestry, mining, building houses, roads, setting up industries for which land is used, known as land use. So we can see this one here. The land is used for different purpose. We are making for agriculture purpose. We are making use for agriculture purpose, and sometimes we are making our buildings, houses we are making, and we are making for roads purpose also. Setting up of our some industries, we can see this one in electric line and other things. At the same time, we are making some of industries like sugarcane industry, like that, many things like these different uses we are having. That all together we can call it as a land use of land. Then factors which is determining the use of land, what all things are there. If you are getting question, you can write in point was first one topography, then second one soil, third one climate, fourth one minerals, availability of the water. Like these factors are it is determining the use of the land. If everything is okay, soil is good, climate is good, minerals are available, topography is good, but availability of the water, it is not there. Lacking of water means that area we can't make use for all the purpose, even for factory purpose or living purpose. The next point what we want to we are discussing important determinants of the land use pattern. We are having some pattern in that human factors such as population, that is one reason for the pattern of use. Then another one technology. So the land division on the base of private land and community land. So when we are thinking about the land, it is divided into different groups. We can see that one some of the areas we are using for the agriculture purpose, like these lands are known as the public or the community privately owned lands. At the same time, we can see some roads, it is like these things are the community owned or community owned lands, so that we are using for the common purpose. So we can see two purpose, normally privately owned land or individually owned land, as well as the community land owned by community, like for collection of fodder purpose, fruits purpose, nuts purpose, medical herb purpose, like that different purpose we are having. For that purpose we are keeping some of the resources, like that area we are calling it common property resources or common property, like that. Then population and demand are increasing but land is limited. When we are thinking about the population and the land use, we can see that one, it is the demand for the land, it is increasing, but because of population as well as the demand for that one, why it is because of development of industries and other things. That's why then also we can see land is limited. Many constructional activities are going on. Also agriculture land is expanding, and we are trying to expand maximum agriculture wherever it is possible. At the same time, different types of constructions also going on. So the land, limited land, we are trying to make use maximum, or sometimes we are reaching to degradation or overuse. These are leading to land degradation, landslide, soil erosion, desertification, which are the major threat to environment. And because of that one, we are facing the we are overusing the land. That's why what all things happening. Please learn the points. First one is land degradation. We already underlined what are the problems we are facing because of the overuse of the land. First one, land degradation. Second one, landslide. Third one, soil erosion. Fourth one, desertification. So four problems we are facing, and if you are analyzing one by one, again we can see small more details about that. Once again, what are the problems we are facing? Land degradation, landslides, soil erosion, desertification of these are the major threat, especially related to environment. Because of our overuse of land, we are facing this threat, not only ourselves, even